Have you been feeling off lately? If you have, I want you to know that you're not alone and you're definitely going to want to stick around for this episode of Wisdom Wednesday. I'm Sara Mae. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I am a life coach and an energy healer, and it is my goal to help as many people as possible wake up to their inner light, their inner teacher, and start to live their most authentic lives as their best selves. As part of that goal, I come live every Wednesday in the Empath Awakening Facebook group and share some of my wisdom with you. Today, we are talking about the astral weather. So let me ask you again, have you been feeling a bit off the last week? Checking the comments, I already see some hellos and some yeses. Thank you all so much for being live, whether you're live or on the replay. I love it when you pop some hellos and let me know who's here with you. If you've been feeling off this week, I want you to know you're not alone and it's probably not your fault, right? Right now, there is a lot going on in the astro weather. A whole lot. Okay. So, what we are currently in the middle of an eclipse portal, and Mercury retrograde literally started 2 days ago. It's Wednesday. It started Monday, right? Look at this schedule, right? March 25th, we had our lunar eclipse. That was the eclipse in Libra. On the first Mercury retrograde started. That's going all the way till April 24th. And next Monday, we are going to have our solar eclipse. Okay. So, what does this mean? What does all this energy means, right? It means that this Mercury retrograde is going to be more intense than usual because it's in this eclipse portal. Because of the way that everything is aligning, this particular Mercury retrograde is going to cause a huge shift in our inner dynamics and in our personal relationships. So if you have been feeling like your friendships are fading away or your relationship is falling apart, I want you to know that this is happening for your highest good. It is happening because it is not in alignment with your highest self. So the universe is taking this stuff away. And this doesn't just go for relationships, this also goes for jobs. This also goes for stuck energy in our system. If you're getting ready to upgrade, you're getting ready to up level and step into the next best version of yourself, there is going to be energy that you cannot take with you. There is going to be emotions that you cannot take with you. And those are going to have to purge. This can show up like physical illness, or it could show up as like just suddenly being really emotional and crying a lot. Let me know if you've had any of these symptoms lately. Checking the comments. Hello, Krista. Hello, Valerie. Hello, Carmel from Ireland. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I'm seeing some yeses in there. And I know that a lot of you have been being very emotional because I think every single one of my personal coaching clients has reached out to me and said, "Oh my goodness, Sara, I think I'm going crazy." And it's like, no, you're not going crazy. You are clearing, you are cleansing, and all this stuff needs to get out of the way to make room for the next best version of you, right? When a snake grows or when a hermit crab grows, right, it doesn't keep that old, too small shell. It doesn't keep that old skin that no longer serves. You have to let it go. So sometimes this looks like excuse me. Sometimes this looks like emotional purging, which can look like maybe a fit of anger or a crying fit or a little mini depressive episode, right? It could mean physical cleansing and clearing, which can look like having some stomach issues or things like that. It could kind of look like a cold sometimes, and that's just energetic clearing. So there's a lot of things that can happen right now. Right now, what is happening with this particular alignment is that we are all coming into our personal sovereignty. We're figuring out we are. We are starting to find our purpose. We're aligning with our missions, and we are starting to act in accordance with our soul's goals. And when we are doing this during this time, the universe is going to get rid of anything that doesn't align. Anything, anyone that's getting in the way is going to be taken out of the way. And this is a little bit more of an intense time because usually with Mercury retrograde, you can kind of like lay low and ride it out if you need to, especially if you're in the low, if you're in the know of what's going on with the astro weather. But that's not necessarily the case this time because this eclipse portal makes it such a powerful transformational time that it's just like it's happening. It's happening. So everyone's feeling it, especially empaths and especially those who are consciously on a healing and ascension journey. Those of us who choose to tap into the universe, we are going to feel this strongest. So please know the answer to your question, the answer to the question that I've been getting asked all week is no, you are not going crazy. You are just shedding and preparing and getting ready to level up into the next amazing you. So congratulations for that. So this particular time, this particular Mercury retrograde, like I said, it's a little different than others because it's in the eclipse portal. And we're really focusing on us and stepping into our next best self. So some questions that you might want to ask yourself at this time, right? As we're getting ready to do this, as we're using this powerful transformational portal to change and evolve and ascend into our next highest self. Lee Harris called this the storm of transformation. This is a powerful storm to hop into and to ride along with up into the next level of ourselves. And some questions that we can ask ourselves and things that we can focus on to really make the most of this time is asking ourselves, first of all, who am I? Who am I and how do I want to show up in the world? Right? Who sees this little caterpillar? Who knows the question that this caterpillar asks, right? I had a crying fit a few days ago. It was so bad, but I felt better afterwards. Yes, amazing. That's exactly what we want to do. That is perfect clearing. Just let it happen. You don't need to know what it is. Sometimes we know what it is. Sometimes we know exactly what we're upset about. But we don't always have to know what we are upset about. And we don't need to. Like, why, if the universe is allowing you to clear this energy without having to relive the trauma that caused it, I say thank you for this gift and let it go. Let it clear. Not everybody's able to do that. Let me look at the comments here. Who are you? Yes, you got it, Valerie. That's what this whole cycle, that's what this whole astral storm that we are going through is really asking you is who are you? And that's what I want you asking yourself. Carmel says, I can't cry. You're lucky, Christina. Yes, we can't always cry. Sometimes that gets really stuck, but there's ways to get that going, Carmel. So pay attention to the different things that we do in this group and the different offerings I have, because I could definitely help you get that moving. There might be a lot stuck when you do, but it could absolutely happen. And Mercury retrograde is a great time to do that work. And so, reflection questions. Again, this is all about who are you? Who am I? And how do I want to show up in the world? Ask yourself this question, spend some time with it, and really allow yourself some space to see what comes up for you, right? Ask yourself, what did I come here for? What am I doing? And am I in alignment with that? Am I on a road that's going to lead me where I want to go? Right? It's an excellent time to look at what's holding me back. Who's holding me back? Where am I holding myself back? Right? It's also a really good time to look at who you're surrounding yourself with. Mercury retrograde is known for clearing people out of your life. I feel lonely. Yes, it's very lonely when we're going through these transformational times because when we are up leveling, when we're ascending, especially if we're someone who is a black sheep, who is a cycle breaker, who's been through a lot of trauma in life, our circles aren't going to come with us. We're going to level up into a new circle of friends. We're going to level up into a new circle of people who are this higher vibration for us. So what often happens as we're raising our vibration, as we are ascending and leveling up, is that we lose people during that process. So it can feel very, very lonely, but please know that there's community here. There's community out there. And when you raise your vibration and get to that new vibration, you're going to call in people who are in alignment with your new self. So it can be very lonely now, but it does get better. Okay, let me see what it was. Who am I surrounding myself with? Yes, Mercury retrograde. It clears out the people. Look at the people in your life. Are they in alignment with your goals? Are they going to help you reach your goals? Are you hanging out with people that you guys are actively growing together and helping each other? Or are you hanging out with people that are holding you back in old patterns that are not serving you? Okay. We don't just let this old stuff come to us in Mercury retrograde. We can choose to look at it and evaluate it ourselves, right? Also, look at, are my boundaries firm? Do I have boundaries? Am I standing in my truth with what I do? Right? These are the questions that we want to ask ourselves. And like, ask yourself and really sit with it. You can sit with each and every one of these questions for a good 5 minutes and really see what comes to you. These are some super, super powerful questions to ask. I am seeing some wonderful support in the comments. Yes, I love that. They're coming, Carmel. They're coming. And thank you, Krista. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so let's get a little bit more into Mercury retrograde for those of us who aren't as familiar with it. This Mercury retrograde, like I said, it's going to be more intense and more in your face, more undeniable than before. But it's still a Mercury retrograde. So let's look at what a typical Mercury retrograde can look like in our lives. Things that are most associated with Mercury retrograde is miscommunication and arguments. Miscommunication and arguments. Have you noticed that people just aren't hearing you, or maybe you're not understanding? I'm pretty sure that I seriously asked at least 3 different people today to like repeat what they said in a simpler manner because my brain, it just was not registering. This is a time that we can often have brain fog or some kind of confusion. This can lead to miscommunication. It can lead to arguments. It could often be difficult to express yourself or difficult to be understood. We can be overly emotional and very sensitive to criticism, right? This is a wonderful opportunity for us to pay attention to and notice our triggers and really practice our skills of separating ourselves and getting space, not being reactive, right? Choosing to respond instead of reacting. This is when this comes up, I know it's hard, but when our triggers come up, it's a wonderful opportunity to look at what needs to be healed and to use our skills and practice that separation. We can also be overly critical of ourselves and other people. This applies to other people, to us. So if you know people are being like nitpicky, have a little grace with them, have a little grace with yourself. It's Mercury retrograde. It's, and most people, we know, okay, we're talking about it. We are aware. Most people that are walking around are not aware. They do not know what's going on right now. Okay, so remember that as well. So have some grace. Traffic delays and minor accidents are very common this time. Your old traumas and shadows will absolutely come up to say hello. You might find yourself anxious, nervous, or clumsy. And you're going to be easier to frustrate, and you might find it hard to complete easy tasks. Mental health and mental clarity are definitely issues during this time. And I think I saw somebody talking about exes in the comments. This is a very popular time to have old relationship issues that still need to heal, that still need to be addressed, arise. So, what do you do about it? What do you do about it to help make sure that, Mercury retrograde doesn't take you down, right? Well, back up your files, fill up your gas tank, check your tires. This is a common time for mechanical malfunction, the internet going down, your car breaking down. This is a common time for things to break, right? Because things aren't communicating properly. So be proactive. Make sure that you save your paper when you're writing it. Make sure that you fill up your gas tank. Make sure you check your tires before you drive. Do that little walk around that they showed you in driver's ed. Do not overschedule yourself. People are running late. There are car accidents. Things are happening. Make sure not to overschedule yourself and allow yourself some buffer time during your day. Do your very best to not take things personally. Remember, most people are projecting what's going on inside of them onto you. They don't know they're doing it. They don't mean to do it. Some people know. Most people don't know. They don't mean to. It's not about you. It's about what's going on in them. Try your very best not to take things personal. Try hard not to be overcritical. And if you do find yourself being overcritical, remember, this is a wonderful time to reflect on judgment and see where we're judging ourselves and therefore judging others, right? Pay careful attention to communication. Be very mindful about it. Maybe avoid texting if tone gets misinterpreted, or maybe switch to texting if you're having a hard time keeping control of your tone. But pay attention to communication and do what you can to keep it as peaceful as possible. Maybe you being the one in the know, just walk away, right? Practice the art of allowing, allow things to be, allow things to happen. If things are going out of your life, if they're leaving, let them leave. Love them when they leave. Goodbye. Thank you for your time. I appreciate all you gave me. Good luck to you, right? Now is the time to avoid big purchases and contracts because, like I said, those miscommunications, that fuzzy mental head, it's not the best time to start something new or to do a big purchase or a contract. But it is a great time to finish something old, and it's an especially good time to organize. Just like we're organizing our lives, just like we might be organizing our bodies by clearing out what doesn't serve and bringing in what does, organizing your physical space, it's a great time to do it now. Like if you have that room that you need to attack, that closet you need to attack, 3 doom boxes in the corner, now is a great time to go through them because the energy of the universe is behind you and helping you with it, right? This is also an amazing time to look at what the universe is showing you. We had those questions earlier. I'll pop them in the comments below. Look at what the universe is showing you about who you are, what your mission is, what you came here to do. If you're in alignment with that and how you can get in alignment with that. Pay attention to the triggers and the shadows that are coming up. This is such valuable information to learn more about yourself and help you along your ascension and healing journey, right? This is also an amazing time for rest and self-care. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Treat yourself the way that you would want your partner or your parent to treat you. Treat yourself the way that you know you deserve to be cared for, and allow yourself to some rest during this time. Also, an amazing time to tie up loose ends in relationships. Those exes are only coming here. The only reason they're coming back is because there's something that needs to be settled. Your energy is still connected and it needs to be addressed. So this is a wonderful time to actually address those things. What's the number one thing that I suggest that you do to support yourself during this time? Who thinks they know what it is? Put it in the comments if you think you know what I'm going to say is the number one thing that you need to be doing for yourself in this time. I'm checking out the comments. I went through shadow side last year. It was rough. Yes, it can be hard to do shadow work, especially if you're doing it alone. We have a lot of supportive resources for that. Shadow work comes in cycles, and each time that we do it, I feel that it gets easier because we know, first of all, you know that you're going to get through it. You went through it last year. It was tough, but you're here now. So the next time it comes up, you're going to know, I got through this last time. I can get through it again. Also, we actually clear energetic pain and trauma from in our body, and every time we do it, there's less to be cleared. So that makes it easier as well. Krista guessed cut cords. Cutting cords is a really good thing to do during this time. Take care of yourself. That's also an amazing, amazing answer. I love these answers. My number one thing that I would want you to do during this time is ground and connect. Really make sure that you're good and grounded, right? It's like Mercury and the eclipses want to take us off into the sky and let us float away, right, with our heads in the clouds. But no, stay grounded and stay connected. Connect with yourself, right? We have those questions, right? These wonderful questions. Take some time, ground, and go inside yourself. Connect with yourself and really reflect on what these questions are and what these answers are for you. So that is the most powerful thing that you could really do to help yourself. Make sure that you're good and grounded every day. Make sure that your energy is clearing. When this stuff comes up, it needs a place to go. So we want to be plugged in. We want to be connected. We want to be actively clearing it. We want to be making space to receive these answers so we can move forward on our path and use this time as a time that we transform and we grow and we ascend, and not just have it be some terrible few weeks, right? Like a really bad month. We want it to be an amazing and transformative month. Like I said, Lee Hires called it the storm of transformation. And I'm all about using that powerful storm energy to project me forward. Oh, yes. I've seen some awesome questions and support. You guys are amazing in the comments. So who's ready? Who's ready to embrace the change? Who's ready to start paying attention, asking the questions? Who am I? What am I here for? Am I in alignment with that? What's blocking me? What do I need to do it? Who's ready? Who's ready to move forward? I know that I'm definitely ready to use this powerful eclipse portal and Mercury retrograde as a way to let go and move forward. Absolutely. Yes, I'm seeing you guys throwing up your hearts. I love it. I love it. That lets me know that you guys are right here with me and ready to make this change. If you would love some meditations to support you during this time, as always, my meditation vault is available. It is currently an amazing price, only $44. You're going to get access to lots of amazing meditations that can help you at this time, doing that cord cutting we were talking about, doing that grounding. And I think there's over 20 in there that can definitely help you on your journey wherever you are. This is a wonderful option if you're not exactly sure. How do I do that grounding? How would I cut cords? How would I balance my chakras? You don't know how to do that and you'd like some assistance with it, or you just like listening to my voice and would like me to walk you through it, I'd be thrilled to have you join our meditation vault. It is available. You can find it on my link tree and I will drop a link. Mercury retrograde is having fun with my slides. There we go. That is today's session. Thank you guys all so much for being here live. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. I hope that you found value in today's episode. We are now sharing our episodes not only in the Facebook page, but also on YouTube. So if you know somebody who could benefit from this information, whether they are on Facebook or not on Facebook, please share with them that this is out there. Share the YouTube page, share the Facebook group, let them know that this information is here. It is my goal to reach and help as many people as possible. And I need your help to spread the light. So thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for doing your part to spread the light. And thank you for doing this work. Today, you spent 28 minutes working on you, figuring out the best way to take care of yourself, the best way to help yourself grow and ascend and extend your light to the world. And that's powerful, powerful work. When you work on your vibration, when you raise your vibration, you don't only raise your vibration, but you raise the vibration of everyone around you and of the collective as a whole. And it is my opinion that this is the most sacred work that we can be doing. So thank you so much for doing your part to spread the light. And with that said, the light in me bows to the light in you. And so I say, namaste. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. I'll see you next time.